Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, we have an exclusive with Great Britain's Olympic bronze medalists, Chris Langridge and Marcus Ellis, as they tell us about their extraordinary journey in Rio. And we find out more about a badminton academy in Malaysia that is grooming talents from across the globe.
Rio for us was, incredible, and I don't think it's sunk in for me. I even had it on my honeymoon where I was pretty relaxed. I was kind of in a, when you're in a semi-dreaming state of, I was dreaming of all sorts of things. I think I was dreaming I was a Formula One driver. I went to space, but one of the things was, I got an Olympic bronze medal. But I did actually have to Google it, just to double check that we did actually do it.
It's both of our first Olympic Games, so to be able to go there and perform how we did, I think it's something we both can be very proud of. It's certainly something I don't think we'll ever forget either.
Among the rush of medals Great Britain won in Rio, Chris Langridge and Marcus Ellis's men's doubles bronze was one of the most remarkable underdog stories. The English pair were back at the National Badminton Centre in Milton Keynes after a well-deserved break, and Badminton Unlimited caught up with the British duo to get the inside story on their incredible Olympic journey.
We didn't set so much targets in where we were going to get in the tournament. We very much focused on our performance and what we were going to do to trouble other pairs. Because obviously going in, we weren't expected to get a medal. There's certainly no denying that. We were one of the outside pairs almost, you might have said.
Throughout the season, there'd been times where we'd beaten, a lot of top 10 pairs. So we knew on the day, if we played well, within reason, there weren't many pairs we couldn't beat. We were surprised, obviously, to win the bronze. It was an upset, as Marcus said. It was a shock.
From Great Britain, Marcus Ellis and Chris Langridge.
Ranked 22nd in the world before Rio, the pairing were given little chance escaping their group, never mind making their way onto the podium. After all, they were drawn against third seeds Kim Ki-jung and Kim Sa-rang, London 2012 silver medalists Matthias Bo and Karsten Morgensen, and tricky Polish pair Adam Svalina and Przemysław Waka. Despite losing to the Danes in their opener, the Brits sensationally beat the Koreans and clinically overcame the Poles to earn their place in the knockout phase.
I think for the both of us that was like a big sigh of relief. We knew that was almost like the hardest part is getting out of the box, because as soon as it gets into a straight knockout, the pressure is always going to be on everyone else, because at that point everyone was higher ranked than us. And going into the quarter-final, we probably played some of the best badminton we've played together. So I think we just kind of ended up riding a wave for the rest of the week, and just went from one performance to the next.
After stunningly upsetting 8th-ranked Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa of Japan in the quarters, Chris and Marcus could not back up their tremendous win in the last 4. Losing to eventual champions Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan, they faced off with another elite Chinese pair in the bronze medal playoff.
We both said the night before, we're not leaving here at 4th place. It's almost like the worst place sometimes. So we really wanted that medal when we got to that point, and we were willing to do anything for it.
The hunger and desire we had at the Olympics, hopefully anyway, it was clear to see that we really, wanted to medal. And at the end of the day, kind of our desire and hunger kind of got us there, it dragged us there almost.
We both just went for it, and we said, we've got to go all in and throw everything we've got at this pair. And I think we did that. And even though, it did go to 3 sets, I think in the 3rd set we had complete control the whole way through.
The British combination kept their cool against Chai Piao and Hong Wei, even when Chris's match-winning serve was initially judged out.
Because when I hit the serve, I could feel it was in, and I even turned around to Marcus and said, I think that's in. And then Marcus let me know that I think Bao Chai kind of suggested it was in as well. I think it's easy to let your mind get carried away, and it's such a big match that you don't want to think, oh my God, we could win this. Because before you know it, they could have a comeback, then you get more tense. You can almost think too much about the score than playing, and you can lose the tactics, and your mind can go blank.
The decision was overturned on review, and Chris and Marcus wrote their names in Olympic history for British badminton.
I think my bottle went flying and all sorts, and I turned around and Marcus was on the floor. And the funniest thing was, we had two coaches, and Jakob and Julian, and I think Jakob was like celebrating, but Julian, our other coach, was like on the floor, like beating the floor. Like, I don't know what happened to him, he like went crazy. It was an incredible feeling. I'm quite thankful that when I served, it wasn't called in straight away, because I think I would have gone absolutely crazy and I probably would have done something embarrassing. So I think it's quite good that it was that overall which gave me a second to attempt to compose myself.
Medaling was far more than just a personal triumph. It was also a victory for the sport in Britain. And the pair believe that with the interest created during the Olympics, they now have a unique opportunity to keep badminton in the public psyche.
In the past, we've had great success in the mixed doubles. We've had a silver medal and a bronze medal, but it was kind of 12 years ago that we had that success. And men's doubles have had great pairs along the years, a lot more successful pairs, you could say, than Marcus and myself, but it hasn't happened for them in the Olympics. And to just achieve it on the biggest stage is such a big thing that hopefully we can inspire kind of the next generation from Britain to say, well, hold on, those lads can do it, why can't I? And it gives the young ones that bit more confidence in training, who we're training with, to think, well, if we're training with these guys and we're, they're not that much better than us, then, in years we can strive to kind of achieve what they have.
Armed with newfound confidence and heightened belief, the pair are keen to make an impact on the BWF circuit. And if Chris Langridge and Marcus Ellis can continue in the same vein as in Rio, the elite field in men's doubles just got another tough challenger.
We need to use the confidence that we've got from the Olympics, carry it forward. And, I think people will fear us now, and they will respect us. And it counts for a lot. Going into Denmark and France, and then we go away to Asia in November, it does mean a lot. So, and I'm actually quite excited to get going again, because, who knows what could happen.
Time for some trivia, and this week we want you to guess who this player is. I was born in Thailand. I am known as Superman. I am a 5-time Olympian. Now, don't try to Google the answer. Have a think about who this player could be, and we'll tell you the answer later in the show. After the break, Belgian shuttler Johan Tan gives us some quick bites about being chair of the BWF Athletes Commission. Get in touch with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter, tell us what you think of the latest news, or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favorite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos to share, do get connected with us on these social media platforms. World Superseries action continued in the city of Seoul last week, and the Victor Korea Open saw shuttlers from all over the world battle for supremacy and ranking points. The host nation was poised to make a clean sweep, with Korea featuring in all 5 finals. World number 1 Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na started the ball rolling in the mixed doubles event. It was a repeat of the final at the Yonex Open Japan, when they faced Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen of China. In Tokyo, the Chinese pair came out on top, but this time, Ko and Kim reversed the result. With precision and clever plays, the Koreans raced ahead to grab the first game 21-14. The pair then kept their composure in a tight second game and sealed the deal. 21-14, 21-19, the final score. The men's doubles final was next, and Korea's top men's duo Lee Young-dae and Yoo Yeon-seong received a resounding reception when they walked on court, as it was to be Lee's last international appearance after announcing his decision to hang up his racket at the start of last week. The Korean men were a bundle of nerves in the opener, and their Chinese opponents Lee Chun-hui and Liu Yu-chun took advantage and snatched the first game. More composed in the second game, Lee and Yu leveled scores after a tight contest to take the match to a decider. Buoyed by the home crowd, the pair were determined not to let their fans down. And after 85 minutes, Lee and Yu came out on top, 16-21, 22-20, 21-18. It was a perfect farewell for Lee as he bowed out of international badminton, clinching his 43rd World Super Series title on home soil, making him the second most successful Super Series player after Malaysia's Lee Chongwei.
먼저 이제 조금 내려놓을 수 있는
I'm very happy and grateful to win my last Super Series tournament here in Korea just before I retire. After all of this is over, I just want to take a break from badminton and take my time to think about what to do next. I don't want to think about anything concerned with the sport for the time being. I just want to relax and enjoy my vacation.
기분 좋게 생각하고 오늘 이 기분만 생각하려고 이렇게 생각을 하겠습니다.
Hoping to extend Korea's title hold to 3 on finals day was defending champion Sung Ji-hyun, and standing in her way was the plucky Akane Yamaguchi of Japan. Although Sung won the opener, the Japanese right-hander forced the match to a decider after a fine display of speed and agility in the second game. In a close third game, Yamaguchi battled hard, and although Sung tried to stay close, the Japanese shuttler surged ahead to clinch her first Super Series title in 3 years. The final score, 20-22, 21-15, 21-18. The men's singles final took center stage next, and Korea's Son Won-ho, who had not won a title since 2014, was keen to end his drought against a relatively fresh-faced Chao Bin of China. Unfazed by the experienced Korean player, the unseeded Chao took the first game convincingly, 21-11. Son kept his chances alive with some neat play and sharp smashes to draw level in a very tight second game. But, similar to the opener, Chao was very much in control, and with Son failing to keep up with the Chinese shuttler, the 23-year-old ran away with the points to seal his first ever Super Series crown. The final score, 21-11, 21-23, 21-7. The women's doubles wrapped up proceedings on finals day. 2016 Rio Olympic bronze medalists Korea's Jung Kyung-eun and Shin Sung-chan squared off with China's twin sisters Luo Ying and Luo Yu. Jung and Shin were in fine form and were in control from the get-go, playing with more aggression and pace than the Chinese pair. The Korean duo cruised past the Luo sisters in the first, and in the second, the Chinese handed the victory to Jung and Shin after a service error. 21-13, 21-11, the final score. Log on to www.bwfworldsuperseries.com to read all the news and information on the MetLife BWF World Super Series tournaments. The Destination Dubai rankings are updated every Thursday following a Super Series event, so check in on the site to keep up to date on the top 8 players in singles and doubles making their way to the finals in Dubai.
When you're at the BWF Council, that's the place where all the decisions are made. So whenever there is something being decided, as a council member, I'm also there, and I have an input and I have a say on different kind of issues, and my opinions are also heard at the council. So that is, I think, the biggest value of being a chair of the Athletes Commission. So as a part of the BWF Council, I mean, I am one of the 20 or 25 council members at the moment. So you have a voting right on whatever is to be discussed and has to be voted for. And yeah, of course, that's a good thing for the athletes to have an athletes representative being there when the votings take place, and to have a real vote. There's 2 ways how we are doing it at the moment. We actively gather feedback. That means that when there are specific issues which are happening, we go up to players and we ask them, hey, what do you think about this one? but also the other way around, that when there is an issue, that players come directly to us and ask us, you know, what to do about it and if we can address it up to the BWF. It has a very wide range of issues coming from quality of tournament, specific practice conditions at a specific tournament, to more the bigger issues such as prize money or marketing stuff. It depends actually how often we meet. Sometimes when there's something urgent, then we meet up more often, and usually we do it by Skype, so we just call in everybody and see what everybody has to say. And then twice a year we have face-to-face meetings where we just sit together, preferably the 7 of us, but it's not always easy to get everybody at the same time at the same place. But we are coming from a very diverse background geographically as well. Yeah, to find a good time to, for example, hold a Skype meeting is very difficult due to time difference as well. So it can be challenging even to schedule a meeting. Well, honestly, it goes with ups and downs, because it can be very frustrating as well to be in athletes commission, I can tell you, because sometimes there are things which we as athletes feel has to be improved, but then to take the step and to actually change something is not always easy, and it doesn't always go as fast as we want to. Sometimes it's not always fun, and it's not always fulfilling, but I think when you take the whole journey, the whole 2 years or the whole 4 years, as long as you're in the commission, I think it's still fulfilling, and it's important that to work for the athletes, and if you do so in a serious way, then the athletes would also appreciate that, and that is something which I appreciate myself.
After the break, we visit New Vision Badminton Academy in Malaysia to find out how they are grooming budding talents from around the world. Visit our YouTube channel, Badminton World TV. There are tournament highlights, plays of the day, as well as past matches to savor. Missed an episode of Badminton Unlimited? Do not fret. All the episodes are available for your viewing pleasure. All the best badminton clips are just a click away. Earlier in the show, we asked you to guess who this player is. I was born in Thailand. I am known as Superman. I am a 5-time Olympian. The answer is Bunsak Ponsana. Currently ranked 27th in men's singles, the 34-year-old has been a leading figure in Thai badminton for many years and is fondly nicknamed Superman by his fans. He has been flying the Thai flag at the Olympics since 2000, when he was just 18 years old, and Rio marked an impressive 5th appearance at the Games for the Thai player. In 2007, Ponsana became the first player from his country to win a World Superseries title when he stood on top of the podium in Singapore. At his height, he was the world number 4, and in his career, the Thai Superman has chalked up famous wins over the likes of Lee Chong-wei, Taufik Hidayat, Lin Dan, and Peter Gader. To succeed, there are no shortcuts. Talent alone isn't enough to reach the top of the sport without the countless hours on the training courts and the sheer will to keep going no matter what happens. For New Vision Badminton Academy, it's that relentless drive and determination to never give up that separates the champions from the pretenders.
Okay, we can see how Sindhu plays, Srikanth plays, Chongwoo plays. Everybody play. End of the day, it's not the skill that matter. Everybody have the skill. Everybody know how to smash. Everybody want to know how to lob. Everybody know. But at the end of the day, how much you won the medal.
Badminton Unlimited was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to find out how Yogendran Krishnan and his team are working hard to groom future talents. A former Malaysian national player, 34-year-old Yogendran, discussed the idea of New Vision Badminton Academy, or Nvba, with his ex-teammates as they searched for ways to give back to their beloved sport.
Nvba was set up 9 years ago. It was a plan or idea of three musketeers actually. Me, my both partners, Manoj and Yokebin. So we are all badminton fans and we are crazy of badminton. So in 9 years ago, we were sitting down in a coffee shop and talking what can we do. And we thought of three of us are good in badminton, so let's do our academy. Actually, our first player was from Mexico. He's Lino, and he played the Olympic this year. So he was my first player when I started this academy. And then I have some local players like Ikmal, Shahzan Shah, Islan Shah, and Fazad. They are my first players that I coach when I open up this academy.
Starting out with just 3 of them as coaches, Nvba has since expanded to meet the demands of a growing trainee list. With training programs specially tuned to each individual, the Academy's formula is proving to be a big hit, especially with the younger players.
We not only train their skills and all this, we wanted to know the feelings. So from their feelings and the trust and all this, we know what to train them and we know what to improve from that. Because program and training, everyone can give. But to have a specific for what they need to improve, it's a bit different. Start in the training at 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. And then in the afternoon, 3 to 5. And basically we train every day. Almost every day, and we have a special training also for the kids who wanted to have an extra training during weekend.
Past years, we always concentrate on the seniors, but now we are trying to change our mode to the junior players because we can see a lot of junior players, but they don't have a place to train, a proper place to train, a proper setup for them. So we are trying to now go to the juniors and teach them the correct things so that they will go far.
Another appealing feature of Nvba is its commitment to help develop talents from anywhere in the world. Looking at the list of those who have walked through its doors and the heights they've reached in the sport, the Academy can be proud of its efforts.
A lot of players train from overseas. Jacob Malakai, he's from South Africa. He came to me 8 years ago. He stayed with me for 6 years, 7 years, and today he played the Olympics. We have Lino from Mexico. He played the Olympics this year. We have Kate, she from Mauritius. She played Olympics this year. We have Raul Mas from Estonia. She played Olympic this year. We want to give them a best education in badminton. Let them understand what badminton is. Let them enjoy what badminton is and give them knowledge. That's our main target of New Vision Badminton Academy.
This proven track record has continued to reel in ambitious trainees at the Academy.
I heard many different clubs from Malaysia, but this is the club that I feel good, and the training program and everything is good, so I joined this club.
My legs are very slow, and here coach has made me faster, and my skills are better.
But Yogendran and his team are not just happy to receive the plaudits. As part of Nvba's unrelenting pursuit of sporting excellence, it now has sister academies set up in China and India.
China is our elite and we can call it that's our final touch because we have Coach Limau and Kebin is there. So our final touch is there. Nvba Malaysia is our development. And now currently we open up in India, Chennai one is Nvba Smash Bounce. We train the players in India. When they are good, we bring them to Malaysia. We train them to another different level, and they are better, we bring them to China, and then we push them to the Olympics and all this. So that's our route.
New Vision Badminton Academy will always be fueled by an ambition to unlock the potential in any aspiring shuttler. And judging by their accomplishments so far, Nvba can only go from strength to strength.
The way how Nvba grows is word of mouth. It's something like if one player comes and trains here, most of them, they like it, and they will tell to the other players, hey, where you train, where you improve, so they will come. It's a word of mouth. That's the main thing of our Nvba.
Before we go, let's take a look at what's happening on the Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we visit Japan's training headquarters in Tokyo, where it's all smiles after a successful Olympic campaign. See you next week.